Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I talked about how we all got together to celebrate my dad's 80th birthday and how close to normal that time together really was. Well, this week it was my mom's turn. She was also turning 80, so my siblings and I all traveled south to Clearwater, Florida for a few days to celebrate with Mom and soak up as much sun as we possibly could in the short time that we would have together. Living my whole life in northern Illinois, I was really chomping at the bit to have an opportunity to shoot some seascapes or beach sunsets, practically anything at all, as long as that anything was not in Illinois. So off to Florida I went. The in-flight movie was some horror film that I had already seen, so it was off to dreamland for me, and before I knew it, we were on the tarmac at Tampa International. Now, being from the north is a good thing in one regard. When you get off that plane in the south, you get that feeling. You know what I mean? Your senses just come alive, the air smells sweeter, the breeze feels better, the sky is prettier. The clouds are softer, and you roll down the driver's side window and just stare at the palm trees as they're dancing in the Gulf breeze. Brings back memories of riding in the way back of the station wagon on those long-ass drives to Orlando, where you first smelled those smells and heard that pre-dawn traffic rolling down the interstate from the open window of that sleepy little side-of-the-road motel just south of Atlanta. Your excitement grew because you knew that in just a few hours you're going to be plunking down gold in the form of an e-ticket to launch yourself into the cosmos on what is commonly known as Space Mountain. So join me now as I take you through each of the 3 days spent in the Sunshine State. My time doing photography was short, but my time with Mom was long, and that's what it's all about. Our time here together is never as long as we'd like it to be, so let's cherish the times that we get.
You don't have to be smart. No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man, a real good man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know what has been has been. There's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. Cutting grass and chopping wood can be romantic. Sipping coffee under the apple tree is gentlemanly. Well, you're a good man, quite the best man, a real fine man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know that what has been has been. And there's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. You master how to simplify. You turn rain into a blue sky. Oh, when the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know that what has been has been. And there's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. Wishing back.
Day 2 started with a beautiful sunrise photo shoot at Clearwater Beach. I started by this lifeguard shack and then made my way down to Clearwater Pier. Tried to get a long exposure underneath the pier, and the conditions weren't great, I guess. They were okay for a minimalistic type of image, so that's what I went for. After shooting all morning at Clearwater Beach, I met up with the family and then went for a hike at a local state park, and just the foliage at this park was just amazing. It's not like anything you would see in northern Illinois, so we walked 2 or 3 miles around the park, saw some beautiful trees, and we got some good images, got some pictures of Mom out at the park, which was just fantastic. After the park, it was lunch and a few beverages, and then later that evening was back to the beach for a gorgeous sunset.
Bring all 4 of you kids with your mom at the sunset.
Day 3 was birthday day, so I didn't do a whole lot of photography, but I was able to get out and get some wildlife pictures from right around my mom's house. And one of them was this bird that had something oddly shaped in its mouth, and I only had a 70-200 millimeter lens, but after cropping in, you can see that it looks like it has a baby stingray in its mouth. I sat there and watched that thing as it wrapped and folded this stingray that was much bigger than it should have been able to swallow, worked its way down. So I don't know how that bird did that, but it was pretty fun to watch. And then this other guy just sat there and pranced and posed for me. I could have sat there and shot pictures of it all day long. That's gonna do it for this week. Thank you so very much for coming along with me on this trip back in time. Don't forget to wish my mom a happy 80th birthday, and we'll see you next week with more shenanigans from a wind farm in northern Illinois. And just in case you may have forgotten, I am Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. Bye-bye.